think we all understand there is a climate emergency. I don't think anybody
Yes.
can question that. And if they do, then we're right to have a go at them. But she's not beyond criticism either, is she? In what I've just said to you about the world being on fire. I mean, the kids that are hearing that, the children who make up much of her audience, she's a very important and influential figure, perhaps the most important teenager in the world in terms of influence. Is it right that she says things like that? It falls on us to be the adults in the room, that we are destroying the world. I mean, is this the sort of language that is responsible?
I believe it is, and I believe that the sincerity and the power of a message is probably what gets some people's goats. Last week...
Well, it's not accurate entirely, is it?
Well, I believe it is. The accuracy in terms of on fire. Let's look at what's happened in Australia. And I think, you and I have discussed this before. If you look back over the last 15 to 20 years of projections from scientists and the IPCC about what could have happened in Australia with rising temperatures and the impacts of climate change, those predictions have regrettably and unfortunately
nobody's
been played
denying.
out
Nobody's,
on our
as I say,
TV
nobody's
screens.
denying climate change. I think it's just the language that is used. I mean, perhaps she needs to get it onto the front pages and to be talked about and to really make people think.
Well, you've made her point and my point for me by in encapsulating it in that sentence. This is about publicity. It's about raising the issue. It's about awareness. But what she does with her message and the powerful delivery is to force people to consider what action they and government should be taken beyond what we already have and are doing, because that's the issue.
All right, Jeff, listen,
The issue is urgency, and that's the message that she's preaching. And you know what?
Yeah.
In terms of doing stuff and starting stuff and making sure that we are on target, for instance, to meet our Paris commitments, in terms of yesterday's Heathrow decision, those are the kind of policy issues that affect everybody's lives, and that is her message.